bacon. And like I told y'all in another live, if you really want some beef bacon, when you go into the Walmart, it's usually like tucked off in the corner somewhere, up at the top corner. Kind of hard to find, but once you know where it's at, you can just go straight to it. But it's kind of hard to find when you're first looking for it. And if you're in Kroger, then it'll be tucked away. It'll be tucked away. I'm just gonna do 3 big pieces. But in Kroger, it'll be near the turkey bacon, but it's still kind of up high, and you have to look for it to be tucked tucked in between the pork bacon, up high. Getting that started. I gotta give my shout out to Patty's Kitchen Gardening More and Always Tam Tam. I always have done little things on here for Baby Cinco, but when I saw that they was showing how they cook for their family, for their loved ones, I said, you know what? Why not show how I do it for Baby Cinco? Because I always show like my kids' plate, but I never show me in the process of cooking it. So I thank Always Tam Tam and Patty's Kitchen Gardening More for inspiring me to go ahead and set that camera up and show what I'm doing. Today I'm just gonna do some beef bacon and also a grilled cheese sandwich for Baby Cinco. So yes, I just put some butter on there. I know people will say like, don't use cheese, don't use butter, don't drink the water. But when I'm feeding my child, I have to make small adjustments. Like we did switch from the pork to the beef, but I did not tell them that it's beef bacon. I didn't tell anybody. Well, my husband knows now, but I didn't make an announcement like we're only gonna be eating beef bacon. I didn't make an announcement. I just started cooking it, and there you have it. Now he's eating beef bacon. But I feel like if your child won't eat the other stuff, what works for me is just making small adjustments so they won't be so against just eating, period. I just make small adjustments. I'm going to turn this down now that it has gotten hot. Hot. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare my little napkin so when it comes off, I have somewhere to put it. Got my little napkin on the plate. Good morning. It's Monday, y'all. It's Monday, and we're going to start this week off right. We're going to start this week off right with a positive word, love, peace, love and peace. I'm not going to let anybody, like what Michelle be saying, I don't know, No devil following me, no demon. There's just no demon following me. So we're gonna start this week off right. Positivity, true positivity. Not none of that fake stuff. Not none of that. I'm positive, but at the same time, I'm gonna talk bad about people, and I'm gonna slick talk about people. None of that. None of that this Monday morning. We're going to take care of our families. We're going to send them off with a word of prayer to protect them from the world that we're living in today. We're going to give them a good start. It's Monday morning. So I'm going to do 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. And I only got 3 strips of bacon cooking. I'm going to put it on very low now. I'm going to put it on 1 now. But I got that started. Plate ready. Let me go ahead and start building these grilled cheese sandwiches, y'all. Good morning, good morning. I'm sorry I can't see the chat, y'all. I'm so sorry, but if you would please talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Talk to each other. And if you are a content creator, drop an orange heart in the chat to let people know that you are a content creator. Drop an orange chat in the, orange chat. Drop an orange heart in the chat to let them know that you are a content creator and you want them to check you out. But make sure y'all speak to one another. And show some love on this Monday morning. Time and love can heal a lot of things. Y'all know that? Time and love can heal so much. I'm what you call a tree hugger. I'm a tree hugger. And I feel like if you go outside and take your time to heal. Don't let nobody rush you into your healing. You take your time so that way you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for somebody else. I'm just packing this grilled cheese with cheese boy. My boy like grilled cheese sandwiches like his mama. I got that pan buttered down real good and buttery. He's gonna have something warm to eat this morning. He's already getting dressed. He's already started with, brushing his teeth and getting all cleaned up and everything. So hopefully I can have this ready by the time him and his dad get ready to walk out the door. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's been an adjustment trying to get my family on board with the beef bacon. But like I said, I haven't had any complaints. And I've been doing it for a while now, but just here recently my husband, he knows it's beef now. But I had been giving them beef bacon for a while, and they just didn't know. So I think I'm doing good. But when I was giving them that, turkey bacon, they knew the texture was different, and they said something about the taste and the texture was different. So now that we have switched over to beef bacon, it's like they really didn't have any complaints. They didn't even notice a difference, basically. I've noticed a difference in the beef bacon as far as it's like a little script in there. I'm gonna see if I can take out a piece so I can show y'all. for the ones that want to start eating beef bacon. I want to show y'all this. So I hope I can get it close enough so y'all can see it. Okay, so if you want to start eating beef bacon, there's this little script around here. Don't be alarmed by it, because when you start to eat it, it's gonna be tough. That little tiny script right there is gonna be tough, but the benefits are better. It's better than eating pork all the time every morning. So I'm not big on I'm not the type that's gonna say don't eat pork, but I try to control how much pork I eat, because I'm leaning towards no pork, because it's unclean. And that's been one of the things I struggle with. Is getting away from the pork and cheese. I'm not trying to get I'm not stopping both of them for the same reason, but I'm just trying to clean up the way I eat. And in the process, since I prepare food for my family, I'm trying to clean up the way they eat as well. But I don't want to shock them to the point where they feel like they want to sneak off and go eat somewhere else, just because the food that they have at home is not good. So I want to make sure, like Tabitha Brown, I want to make sure I keep it simple and start off, with little small things here and there, and then eventually we can build up to working on complete elimination of certain foods. My husband is a pork eater for sure, so he's a cowboy. He's a cowboy, so yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So just one small change like that can really help. See, that's the beef bacon, and it's just as good. It's just not that pork. That's that's it. So hopefully baby Cinco will be pleased with his breakfast this morning. That's another script. Let me show you the second script. Beef. Okay. I'm gonna let that cook down just for a little bit while I check on my I'm gonna rotate it around in the butter so it can get good and buttery on both sides. And I'm gonna turn this bacon off. I take every little bite out of there. The beef bacon was about $6. About $6 a pack. The pork bacon was about $4 and some change a pack. So it is a little bit more. But the way I see it now, after dealing with what all I have dealt with, for those of you who may be new to the channel, I have had some health issues. And if you go on my channel, you'll see what I'm talking about. But with what I have been through, I have found that paying now for healthier is better than paying later. If that makes any sense. But I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, because I'm a country girl. I'm a southern country girl. So certain things I grew up with. So it's hard to it's hard to wean away from it. Me and my brother was just talking yesterday about how both of us been wanting some good old rabbit, and that's grilled cheese. Ooh, is it done? Yep, it's done. That's the other grilled cheese. Now what I'm gonna do is cut it up for baby Cinco. Sometimes he wants triangles, sometimes he wants squares. And yes, I cut my son's sandwiches and pancakes however he like them. If I feel like that's what's gonna make him eat it, that's what I do. So today I think I'm gonna cut him a triangle because that's what he normally likes. Don't tell him I'm gonna have to use my butcher knife again. Hey, my handy dandy never fails me. So yeah, once I went through that, it's like, okay, even though I used to be the type that I ate clean and I exercised and I thought I was doing the right thing all the time, when I was diagnosed with the big C word, when I was diagnosed, I was like, are you kidding me? That means I might as well should have went on and did whatever I wanted to do. I should have just went on and just ate what I wanted to eat and drank what I want to drink, smoke what I want to smoke. But anyway, no. But I just felt like my body betrayed me because here it was, I tried to live a clean life, always trying to do the right thing, and I was the one that got cancer. However, I will say this though, because I don't want nobody to leave here with the wrong idea, thinking, well, I might as well do what I do. When that doctor told me that because I lived a clean life for the most part, and because I was always active, walking, running, I did 5Ks, I did marathons. I was really at the time trying to beat depression, but I was very active. And I tried to keep my mind from going into a dark place. And the doctor was like, because you're very active, that actually takes your chances up of fighting this thing. So I want to leave y'all with that. Like, if you're in good health now, keep moving, keep walking. It doesn't have to be some big, like, big deal, or exercising for over an hour and straining yourself. It can be something as simple as getting a good start. Good morning. Getting a good start for your day and just taking a simple walk. And I remember when I was at my healthiest was when I was riding the public transportation. That was when I was my healthiest. You know why? Because I did a lot of walking. I would have to catch the train and the bus, and I would have to walk to my destination after I got off the bus. I was at my healthiest when I did a lot of walking and a lot of dancing. So I went back to that, and I started back with my dancing. I started back walking around in the park. And I'm proud of myself. They say pride come before the fall, but sometimes you gotta tell yourself, you know what, you did it, girl. you did it. So we're gonna put some bacon here. This is gonna be baby Cinco's plate for his bus stop breakfast. This is his vitamin. I'll sit the vitamin on the side. And there you have the grilled cheese and the bacon. I don't see the names and I don't see the comments, y'all, but I do see Joshua Gabriel is in here. I know because I know his Miss Wanda. I think Miss Wanda in here from Wanda Budgets. She does the envelope stuffing and she gets me on track. I think that's who I see in here. But she gets me on track every month. She's checking in with everybody and asking, have we prepared for the following month with our budgeting for our household, for as far as your bills, your groceries, things of that nature, emergencies that may come up. She does all of that. I can't really see April Showers Network. I know you by your thing too. April Showers Network. I love watching you. I love when you get a tad bit of news and you talk about it, because when you discuss it, you come from a place of love, but you also come from a place of passion. You passionately speak about things that's going on. With that being said, did y'all hear about the twins in Georgia who was supposed to be getting on a plane and they were found up in the Georgia mountains unalived? April Showers, if you hear that story, I would love to hear your take on that. I would love for you to do a video on it if you know what story I'm talking about, or if you look into it. Twin boys were supposed to be catching a plane and their bodies were found in the Georgia mountains. Their bodies. Hold up. You want me to put more on here? You want me to put more on here? Or that's enough for both of y'all?
Yeah, that's enough.
Get your vitamin.
Okay.
I want you to have a good day, okay?
Okay.
Love you. Let me cover the camera so y'all can walk by. Hold up, y'all. Okay. Have a great day, okay? Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I try to give him his time when he want to be seen on camera. I don't want to just have a camera in his face all the time. But if he says, "Mama, I want to do a video with you," or "Mama, we should do this," then I'm for it. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but in some of my videos, y'all can see kind of like his hands or whatever in the background. That's his idea. He'll say, "I don't want them to see my face, but I want to be like." I want to like roll a water bottle in the background so they'll be like, what is that? Or he'll say something like, I want to be in the background like just dancing with my hands or something so they can see. So I give him his space and I give him his opportunity of how he wants to be seen. I think I see another name that I know. Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I was just talking about the boys that the twins that were found in Georgia in the mountains. Now I'm a Georgia girl, so I'm not talking about the side of my neck. I'm a Georgia girl, so I kind of know some things that, you know, could have possibly taken place because of what's known here. And I really want to share this just in case there's any young people watching me right now. I know that there's this thing called no contact going on now. It's very popular amongst the next generation. If your parents made you clean up after yourself, they're toxic. Go no contact. If your parents got on you and didn't want you hanging with the wrong crowd, they're toxic. They're narcissists. Everybody is not toxic. Everybody is not narcissist. Now we're throwing those words around and everybody's becoming a therapist now. Everybody's trying to diagnose people who don't see things their way as all these different diagnoses. All these people are trying to diagnose their parents as crazy, psycho, whatever. I have a child that's no contact right now, and I try to respect that child's boundaries. And I do. I respect it because I know I've given all the tools that I can give for that child to be outside of my home and be able to peep game and to be able to, stay out of harm's way. The only thing I can hope now is that child that chose to go no contact, The only thing I can hope now is that their child stays prayed up. Because I taught my children how to pray. And I want that child to stay prayed up because of what's going on in the world. They listen to their friends. They listen to these fake teachers and doctors that tell them, yeah, it's okay to go no contact with your parent. Oh, I'll help you. I'll help you. These people, some of these people are demons. Some of these people are demons, and they are causing you to be led astray from your protection. And you have to understand, we have some young people that are showing up missing, or they are found deceased, gone. And here it is, you have been taken away from your protection because you're listening to the new fad, the new thing that's going on. You're listening to people who don't have your best interest at heart. Now, I will say it's some parents out there that you need to go no contact with. But I feel as though those are the parents that really didn't care. I've seen some parents that were out on the street doing whatever, doing drugs, whatever. I've seen their children put them up on a pedestal and still want to go find their mama or their daddy, or still want to go and celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day with their parents. But I've also seen children who had it all, and they go no contact with their parent because their parent told them no one time, or because their parents spanked their tail when they got out of line. So I just want to say, y'all, these people are leading. I'm talking to the young people now. Some of these people are leading y'all astray so that they could take you to your end, or so they could siphon your energy. And I could speak on it because I have studied it. I used to do tarot cards and all of that. I used to study crystals. I did all of that. So I'm telling y'all what I know, and I'm not talking out the side of my neck. I live in Georgia. I know what goes on here after 3 a.m. or at 3 a.m. I know the type of things that are done underground. I've been to some of them. But if your parents try to teach you how to cook, how to clean up after yourself, that's not a toxic parent. That's not a narcissistic parent. If your parent tried to teach you how to respect authority, that's not a toxic parent. That's a parent that's teaching you so that when you get out on your own, you will know how to conduct yourself when you're going on a job interview, or you will know how to conduct yourself when you get pulled over by the police. I used to always tell my kids, fight it in court, not in the street. Fight it in the court, not in the street. They thought I was crazy for saying that. They thought I was crazy. Then you have some parents that are in a 2-parent household, but it's only one parent that is trying to parent. And now we have society telling these kids, it's okay. It's okay to talk back to your parents. It's okay. And then telling the parents, you better not whoop them. You better not talk to them stern, because then that's abuse too. And now they got it where if you talk to your kids stern, that's so abusive. They got it now where they telling the kids, if your parents take your game or your computer or your gadgets, your phones, that's abusive. That's yours. That's toxic. That's your property. No. That's a form of discipline. Hello, I don't know who just came in the room with the purple. Hello, I'm so sorry, but I got sidetracked because I read this story, and I read it and I saw it on this channel that I follow called Redirecting. Y'all, these boys were supposed to get on a plane. They never showed up at the airport. They never showed up on the plane. They ended up being found in the Georgia mountains, unalived. Twins. And I'm going to do a little bit more digging because I feel like something is missing from the story, but I really want this generation to understand when you are up under if you have, I don't care if it's just one parent, if you up under a parent that prays and that know what's out there, Don't let this world turn you from your protection. Don't let this world trick you into thinking that you are above your parents and that you can do and say whatever you want to do and say. I'm pretty sure if these boys was in contact with somebody constantly, they would have been found sooner. And probably wouldn't even be in that predicament. Lord knows I need to do my research and find out what really, really happened or what is being said. But I do know that a lot of young people that are turning up missing were quote unquote going no contact and were quote unquote telling people that their parents were so mean and so abusive. So now you went from a home where somebody was trying to discipline you and love on you and trying to turn you from being around people that meant you no good to now being found. That's real life. That's real. You would rather be found in a ditch somewhere than to be in a household where somebody is feeding you, taking care of you, clothing you, loving on you, praying over you, and saying you will not be a part of this world. But no, you let the world tell you that your protection is your enemy. That's trickery. That's trickery. And like I said, I'm not new to this. I studied it. I want the young people out there to know I studied it. I studied that thing. I was deep in it. If you from Georgia, then I could tell you exactly where all the crystal shops are. I could tell you where I bought all my tarot cards. Because I felt like since God gave me a gift, then I could tap into it more if I get the tarot cards. Or when I tell you, when you conjure up them spirits, when you conjure up those spirits, they got to feed on something. Baby, you got to pay. You got to pay. And if you try to sacrifice somebody who is chosen, if you try to sacrifice somebody who had a calling on their life, watch out. Watch out, because everything you try to put out to that person is going to come back to you. Somebody tried to do something to me, and it be people close to you. First thing they did was tore me away from my parents. Made me think my parents was just awful. But then when I started sitting around and listening to them, instead of it having the effect it was supposed to have on me, because that's what they do. They crowd around you and they start having a little session where everybody want to talk bad about their household, their family, and then it's like the next person want to top that one. They got to tell a bad story about their upbringing to make it seem like they fit in. The whole time I'm sitting there listening to them, I was like, now, yeah, I had it kind of tough, but yeah, my daddy was kind of out there, but I'm not finna claim this. I'm not finna come in here and be like, my mom and dad was awful to me. No. They had their little hiccups. They not perfect. I'm not perfect. And it's like a bell went off. And I was like, oh, they want me to be like, I came from a bad upbringing and whatever. Now I had some issues. But something that night was making me like, this don't look right. This don't feel right. It's almost like they trying to, and it dawned on me. They trying to pull my energy. You know why it dawned on me? Because I had studied it. They would try to pull your energy. They would try to make you crazy. They would try to make you feel as though the people around you who love you, everything they do because they love you, they will make you feel like it was out of hate or it was out of jealousy. Y'all, these boys, these twins, I don't know if they was like maybe in their 20s or whatever, but to me, I'm older, so you're still young. I just feel like when you are out there, even when you're grown, I'm grown. And I can tell you right now, my mama still pray for me. And my daddy. I'm grown. My parents still pray for me. We weren't perfect. But you think I'm finna doggone diss my parents to please somebody else or to make somebody feel sorry for me? No. If I got something to say to my mama, I say it to my mama. If I got something to say to my dad, I say it to my daddy. I'm not finna go to some circle somewhere and let them harvest my energy and let them feed off of me telling sad, bad stories about my upbringing, and then I start trusting them more than I trust who birthed me? No. I tell my mom and dad the truth. If I'm unhappy about something they doing or whatever, I tell them. I'm very honest. I say it in a loving way, and I try to pray about it before I say it, but I would rather do that than to bash my parents or to go sit around somewhere else. Just like some of my family who I don't even talk to, like cousins, aunties, uncles, or whatever, I would never let somebody on the outside come and try to make me like hate them. Y'all, young children, please stop giving up your circle of prayer warriors for this society today. Please don't let nobody lead you astray. They were supposed to be getting on a plane in Georgia. I think it was in Georgia and going to another state. And when a parent get the call or a guardian gets the call, they found not one, but they found two of your kids unalived. Twins. And y'all know I'm a mother of twins, so that's big for me. I have a special place in my heart for twins. Twins running my family. Young people, it's okay to have issues. It's okay. You'll get through it. Stay prayed up. But don't let nobody turn you away from your protection. Don't let nobody. It's okay to say, well, I don't believe in what they believe in, but I'm going to still stay close. I'm going to still stay close enough where they can contact me and I can contact them. I'm going to still stay close enough where if I get into some trouble somewhere, I know I can hit that phone up. And I know I can get in contact with my people. Ooh, you just said that. And I don't know why, but that comment just jumped out at me. Don't hurt the harvest. Don't hurt the harvest. That was the perfect statement. Sometimes people are not jealous of what you have. They are jealous of your family dynamic. Some people can be jealous of the fact that you have a close-knit family. Some people can be jealous that you have a father in the house. Some people can be jealous that you have a mama that you can call on anytime. They won't say that to you. That's what these young people don't understand. They be like, that my friend, my friend would never do that. My friend would never do this. You think they're going to sit there and tell you that they don't like you? You think they're going to sit there and tell you that they are jealous of the fact that y'all sitting over there eating candy apples and stuff for Halloween? You think they gonna tell you that they was hungry and you was posting food that your mama had cooked? You think they gonna tell you that they don't like you because you got family members that will jump up for you? You really, really trust the wrong people. I didn't find out till I was an adult that I had a half sibling that was jealous, mad, angry at me. because daddy was in the household with me. My mom is his wife. Why are you mad at me? I didn't find out till I was grown. And by then I had been around this sibling for a while, and this sibling had always done things to make people think that I did something, always been manipulating. She even had my brother up under her nails. Like, she could tell him that I X'd somebody out, and he probably would have believed it. She could tell him that I cussed people out, or at one time when my grandmama passed, she had everybody thinking that I didn't want her and her brother at the funeral. And everybody believed her. I felt like I was in a movie. My grandmother just passed. She raised me. I sat up under her feet all the time. My grandmother was my world. She was my best friend. Couldn't even bear her good because I had a jealous sibling. Good morning, good morning. I just want the young people, and I know a lot of young people don't listen to me, so it's going to be hard to get the message across. But when I read the story about the two young men that were found in the mountains, in the Georgia mountains, and if you're from Georgia or Tennessee, you know how those Georgia mountains are. And you know how the people in that area are. That's why I said I'm a Georgia girl, so I'm not speaking out the side of my neck, y'all. You know how the people are there. I want the young people to understand that this new concept that they have y'all picking up on because you were told no, or because your parents was looking out for you, or because your parents was saying, hey, we're not going to have that around here, or your parents made you clean up after yourself, or your parents made you take a bath at night. So you mad at your parent because your parent wanted the best for you? Your parent wanted you to smell good and look nice? You mad at your parents because your parents wanted you to have a clean bedroom? But you're going to listen to somebody who you don't even know jealous of you because you got your parents. You might be looking dead in the face of somebody who's mad because they mama go out clubbing every night and your mama at home cooking dinner. You might be looking at somebody who's, what I was, a latchkey kid. When I came home from school, wasn't nobody home. We fixed us some sandwiches. Me and my sister fixed us some sandwiches or something, or some noodles. And we would do our homework and sit there and play some Sega Genesis in the living room. Pull the dining room chairs in the living room. And we would sit in front of that TV because that was back when the video games, you had to be close to the TV. You would have some people jealous of you because when you come home, your mama is there. If you at school and something happened at the school, they might be jealous of you because you could just text your mama. Next thing you know, you getting called up to the office for dismissal because you text your mama under the table. You might have people jealous of that. Nah, man, your mama come and get you. Tell your mama to get me too. Tell your mama to check me out too. You might have people jealous of you because when certain things happen, like different festivals, carnivals, you could say you went. People be jealous for different reasons. And like I said, I know what it feels like to have a sibling. Man, I love this sibling. I wanted to be close to this sibling because when we met, I was like, oh my goodness, we look alike. I knew who she was before they introduced her. I was like, that's my sister. We look just alike. Only to be hated and fake love and tried to turn everybody who she felt loved me against me. I didn't see it at the moment, but then when I started to see it, every time I tried to tell somebody, you didn't notice that? You didn't. Everybody act like they didn't see it or they didn't notice it or I was just seeing things. And then when stuff happened to them, then they thought it would be nice to call me and say, guess what she did to me? Guess what she said? I don't want to hear it now. Y'all have got to understand that these people who y'all call y'all friends are not your friends. They are not your friends. What about the young lady who was an entrepreneur who took all her friends on a trip to Mexico and then they ended up fighting her? Y'all remember that story? Remember that story? She thought these were her friends, and since she had come into some money and had her business was doing great, so she felt like, I want to take my friends to Mexico and we're gonna have a vacation, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And they cornered her and they beat her till her end. Jealousy. I'm glad you put that in the chat, because that was awful. To know that she thought that much of her friends, to say, I want to spend time with my friends because my business is booming. I'm doing good. I'm gonna pay for this and that. They'll be in charge of their own. Like, I think it was like she wanted them to pay for their food or something like that. But as far as where they stayed and the itinerary, what you call it, when they have set things what they're gonna do, like the schedule for while they're there, she really wanted them to have a blast. She wanted them to have fun, and they were the same ones that cornered her. It was a sad story, Miss Wanda. It was like, it just makes you feel like, if you have friends like that who can make you feel so comfortable that you love them so much that you want to do something for them, and then they can turn around and do that to you, that mean they been had that in their heart, baby. They been had that hate. That's probably why they were friends, because they were probably already getting together and talking bad about you amongst each other, so that got them closer. Their hate for you got them closer to each other, and they fought that girl so bad to when the parents got the news and everything. It took a while for them to be able to get like a clear understanding of what happened, because they was trying to figure out, wait a minute, you mean to tell me she was drinking? And they was giving different stories. And then there was a video that came out, what they filmed, of them fighting her. They recorded themselves fighting her. Y'all, please, if y'all hear me, please hear me with your heart. I know that's a new thing now, where you feel like, I don't want to be around my family, so I don't like my family because they extra religious, so I don't want to be around them. Or I don't like my family because they have boundaries. I want them to respect my boundaries, but I'm not going to respect their boundaries. I want them to respect me, but I'm not going to respect them. I want them to talk to me a certain way, but I'm not going to talk to them in that same manner of respect. Y'all, please understand that these so-called friends y'all have out here, and these so-called people y'all meet and y'all think y'all click, y'all bond, that's an energy that has been sent to you. And like I said, I practice all of this, so I'm not speaking out the side of my neck. The energies are running rampant these days. A portal has been opened, and I hope I'm not saying too much, but a portal has been opened, and demons have been released. Spells have been done, and chants have been repeated. But here's the thing, we are in a spiritual war, and a part of that spiritual war is to turn children against their loved ones. That's part of the spell. You have to break out of that spell, and you have to have common sense to see when a spirit is being thrown at you. You have some people that are chanting against you, praying against you. You have to be a prayer. You have to be somebody that can combat that in the spiritual realm. If you're somebody who don't pray, if you're somebody who only goes to the Most High when you want something, if you're the type of person who's not connected to the point where you could sit quietly and just come to grips with everything that's happening and be able to repel it, you will be hurt in this world. Hold on, y'all. I'm covering. So, one thing about being an empath, and I had somebody one day on here say, everybody's an empath. Everybody's an empath. Everybody. No, because everybody hasn't tapped into that. You have to understand you're an empath. You have to, I'm not going to say empath. I'm going to say discernment. You have to be able to go into a room and actually feel the energies and say, oh, this is heavy, this is dark. Something or somebody in here is not right. And you have to be able to make a decision how you're going to handle that moment. But I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can when I say this. There's a spiritual war going on. A spiritual war. And y'all have to understand, when you put something out on a chosen person, when you put something out on God's anointed and appointed, you gonna feel the fire. You're gonna feel the fire. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but you're gonna feel it. Stop separating yourselves or bashing or talking back to or undermining the people that are closer to you who have a spiritual connection. And with the gifts that have been given to me, I have had to deal with some things from an early age. And like I said, that's what got me into tarot cards and crystals and everything. In a certain lifestyle, I was always at this place called Little 5 Points. I was always researching how different spells work, candle magic, meditation magic, chanting magic, scribes. And when I tell you one thing that's in common with all of it, and I say this with my heart, one thing that's in common with all of it, whatever you put out there is going to come back to you. Because those spirits that you're calling on, they have to receive payment. They have to receive payment. Y'all on here listening to these baby witches? Stop. Stop and start reading the book of Psalms. That's why I posted the book of Psalms on my page. The world needs it right now. The enemy that's roaming the earth now is specifically going out after the younger generation. The younger generation. There's no respect. There's no love. There's no trust. And the family unit is falling apart because of this spirit that is roaming the earth. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about a lot of things. These boys went to go catch a plane and never even showed up on the plane. Yeah, kids don't trust their parents anymore. And I'm sorry to say this, but some kids don't trust their parents um, because the parents was parenting. And you have some people that don't trust their parents for a good reason. Now I could see if there was SA in the house, or something like really just awful, not eating at all. But if your parent had a biscuit, my grandmama used to say this: if your parent had a biscuit and got 4 kids, if she chopped that biscuit up in 4 pieces and gave each child a piece of that biscuit, and she went to bed hungry, with that, be thankful. Be thankful. Now with the parents like that, with the parents that are just completely wicked, now that I could see. But if your parent is somebody that's saying, "Hey, you got to do better than this. We don't do that around here. I want better for you." If you got a parent that's saying they want better for you, or they want you to have, or they want you to, get your education, they want you to clean up after yourself, they want you to take care of yourself, that's different. No, I don't think I don't think kids' mental health is compromised by their parents. What I think is, when the parents are trying to have a structured home, the kids can go into schools, playground settings, and be they can be coaxed into doing other things, having other beliefs other than their parents. The schools, the teachers, the peers. Because I know when I got into certain things, it wasn't my parents. When I got into certain things, it was because of the people I was hanging with. They got me into it. And they tried to turn me against my parents. And I started realizing, like, oh, every time we sitting around talking or whatever, the conversation always comes up where they want everybody to be like, "Oh man, I had a hard life." Yeah, me too, man. I had a hard life, and we had to eat this, or we had to eat that, or we used to go without. We ain't had nothing. It's like everybody tried to top each other's story. And at first I would sit around and I'd be like, "Yeah, man, it was kind of tough, whatever." Then after a while I started noticing, like, y'all want me to bash my parents, and I came home to my mama and daddy every day. My dad out on the grill singing. He wasn't squeaky clean, but my daddy was home singing, grilling, cooking salmon patties on the weekend. My mama had me in church. My mama made me go to school. Put your uniform on. We had uniforms, different color every day we had to wear. My mama made sure I was wearing the right color on the right day. You going to school. You going to school. She found out I love to read at first they tried to say I didn't know how to read. But when a teacher pulled me to the side and found out I could read, I just picked and choose. My mama would take me to the library. Let me pick out my books. And she'll say, "Okay, now, when you finish reading them, let me know. We're going to put them in this spot right here so we can take it back to the library and you can get more books." Okay, so are you going to keep on talking about the parents? Because it's this thing called accountability. I've noticed that a lot of your comments, you're trying to like attack the parents, the parents, the parents. Parents are people. Parents are people, whether you know it or not robots. My parents are people. My parents didn't do everything I want them to do, but they're people. I'm not going to use the excuse of they're my parents, so I got to do this. They're people. They have feelings. They have emotions. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Yeah. And I'm taking in your different views, but I've noticed that you're not coming from two ends. You're pretty much, all your comments are saying like, but the parents, the parents, the parents. There comes a point when the child has to make a decision in their life. It's even stated in the Bible that as when a child grows, as they get to a certain age, they are responsible for their own sins. See, I didn't get out of the stuff that I was doing until I really got into the Bible, and I started really seeing like, oh my goodness, all of this was spoken on. Letting them raise their kids, or is the parent telling the kids, we don't do that, we don't do that, don't listen to them, don't do that, and the people at school telling the kids, oh, that's abuse, you have your own mind and you can do whatever you want to do, that's abuse, that's toxic, your parents shouldn't be telling you this, your parents shouldn't be telling you that. What happened? That's one of the secrets. You don't have to believe everything your parents say. But I'm just saying, hold tight to that so that you can have something or somebody that genuinely loves you and care about you. Now, if your parent is the type that won't come through, if your parent is the type that they let some really, really, really bad things happen to you and they knew it was happening, I'm not talking about that. So if that's what you're talking about, that's not what I'm talking about. You got a parent in your life that loves you enough to tell you when you're doing wrong, that loves you enough to see your friend and get that little, I'm that parent. I could tell when your friend is up to no good because I've been there and I've done that. I told y'all where I used to hang out at. I hung around witches. It's what we did. We used to just read people. We can tell. I can tell that your friend does not like you because of your texture of hair. I could tell if your friend don't like you because of the tone of your skin. I could tell if your friend is fake love bombing you. I could tell if your friend is using you because your parents give you money to go to the mall. I could tell if your friend wants to hang with you to go to the mall because they know you're going to have the money and you're going to buy the food. I'm trying to be nice to you. I'm trying to be nice to you. But please understand, this is serious that's going on right now. And it's getting worse and worse because of people's mindset where they want to try to argue every point. You have somebody who's telling you, hey, it's a spiritual war going on. And you want to stand there and argue. Kind of like when Noah went back and was telling everybody, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Him and his boys building on that boat. It's going to rain. It's going to flood. The Most High already came and told me. This is what's going to happen. It's going to flood the earth. There will be no more. You know, he had people arguing him down. Yeah, that part. And then what happened? It started raining. I wonder what went through their mind when it started raining and it wouldn't stop. By then, Noah and his sons had closed the door of that ark. I wonder what went through their mind. And then you use the name Yahweh? You use the name Yahweh after you just said all that? Are you a Hebrew Israelite and you believe that it's okay for the children to dishonor their parents? You know I'm an Israelite, right? I know I don't have my head covered right now, but I'm not praying right now, but I'm just saying. Yahweh HaMashiach. So you're an Israelite, and you're debating the fact that there are outside forces that are coming against the families, the family unit. I just want to be clear. Do you wear the tassels? Do you keep the Sabbath? Do you keep the laws? You've been saying how you believe all this time. And I've been entertaining you. But what I'm saying to the people that want to listen, I know when the Sabbath is. What I'm saying to the people that want to listen is there is a spirit roaming the earth. There have been a lot of young bodies turning up. There have been a lot of young people turning up missing. No specific group is excluded from what is roaming the earth. I'm going to go and do a little bit more research on what the Hebrew Israelite family posted last night about the two young boys that were supposed to be catching a flight in Georgia and ended up finding their bodies in the Georgia mountains. Let's love on each other. Let's pray for one another. Let's stop being so judgmental of one another. Stay prayed up, y'all, because it's getting real. It's getting real. And until next time, gracias por ver. Adiós.